You might put so much pressure on yourself to find what it is that life has in store for you. You might feel like you have a million different interests, you are good at everything, not great at nothing. What do you want to do? What should you do? These might be questions that you are struggling with right now and yet you don't really have an answer to. James Clear wrote once, "Before you discover what you love, fewer commitments, more experiments. After you discover what you love, fewer experiments, more commitments." And that is exactly where I want you to start. This is a beautiful journey, and this journey starts with you. It starts with creating space for yourself to reflect. It starts with creating space for yourself to dream. It starts with creating space for yourself to envision what you want. Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia Arndt and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer, and I'm so excited to have you back today in order to talk about how can you find your purpose in life? How can you find what you truly love to do? And I totally get it. I had a really hard time finding what I love and finding my passion. It took me until my late 20s, early 30s to really connect all of the different dots that I had created on my storyboard over the course of my lifetime. And this is the first important little message that I want you to take away from today's video. This is not a linear path. It is just your process and your journey. And you might have heard that so many times before, and you find it really difficult to trust the process. You find it really difficult to just be patient and see what's happening. And I love that. I love that about you, because this is exactly where it starts. It starts with really you maybe getting even a little bit frustrated to sit down and reflect on what is it that I really want to do. And in order to do that, you need to create space. You need to create space to dream, you need to create space to envision, and you need to create space to reflect on a couple of different questions that I have for you today. So I want to share 3 powerful journaling prompts with you today in order to help you really sit with the question, what is your life's purpose? And the first journaling question that I have for you today is the question, which activities have brought you the most joy in your life? And when you're reflecting on this question, I want you to really take everything into consideration that you have ever experienced in your life. School projects, volunteer work, certifications that you have taken, people that you have helped, activities that you have joined. There's really no limit, no right or wrong answer to this question. So write this question down and take 5 to 10 or 15 minutes to really dive deep into the answer of this question. The second journaling question that I have for you today is so powerful and I love it so much. So I'm really curious what's gonna come up for you when you sit down and reflect on this question. And the question is the following. If you wouldn't be scared and there would be no limitations, including you'd have all the money in the world, what would you do or what would you not do? What would you release and what would you start doing? This is a really powerful question because oftentimes you limit yourself in your own head of what is actually possible. But let's remove all of these restrictions, all of these ideas of what's possible and what's impossible, and let's dream a little. Envision what your life would be like if you would have all the money in the world, you could live wherever you want, you could be with whoever you want to be, and you could do whatever you want to do. What would you do? And then finally, the question that I have for you today that is equally as important as the first 2 is the following. Who have you admired in your life? Write a list of 5 people that you find inspirational and why. And this could be, again, anyone. It could be family members, it could be celebrities, it could be people that you follow on social media, it could be people that have passed your life. It could be, again, anyone that you admire. And when you are thinking about this question, it's really not just about writing down the names of the people that you admire. It is really about why do you admire them? What do they do? What kind of lifestyle do they have? What do you believe is true for them? And I want you to really sit again with this question. To neither of those three questions, there are any right or wrong answers. There's only just your answer, and all of your answers are the right answers. So I really want you to sit with these questions. I want you to really reflect on what is coming up for you. I want you to find a comfortable space, light a candle, make it cozy, have a warm cup of coffee or anything that you would like to do in order to really get into this mental space of, okay, I'm really taking this time for myself. I'm really doing this. I'm really reflecting on what is actually coming up for me, because you already have the answer. You already have the answer right inside of you of what it is that you want to pursue next. And that is the next thing that I want to talk with you about, because once you have found some insights to these questions, and it might not be super easy and simple to find answers to these questions, let me tell you that. So don't feel frustration when you write down the question and you think about it and you're like, nothing is coming up for me. That is absolutely normal, in fact. So really create that space and sit with the question for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Remove all distractions. Stop looking at your phone. Stop scrolling through other things or being on other tabs on your computer. It is not helpful and you're not going to find the answers that way. Really create the space and time for yourself. Once you have done that, I want you to really sit with these answers. Maybe they make you feel excited. Maybe there are some insights that came up for you that you hadn't thought of in many years. Maybe there's this little mini feeling in your stomach, maybe some butterflies, maybe curiosity, or just sheer fear and scare that you might not be able to do this or do this again or whatever it is. And I think those two strong feelings actually indicate really well what you should be doing next. Either it is something that makes you feel super excited and super inspired and you're like, I haven't thought about this in a long time, or I have never thought about this before. And how can I turn this into my next step? And that is the next question that I have for you. So think about what is the next step that you can take. Maybe, just maybe, the answer is that you're feeling really scared of something. Maybe there's something within you that's like, ooh, if I would have all the money in the world and I could create exactly the life that I want, then I would do exactly that. And when you think about that, a lot of fear is coming up for you. And that is totally okay. Sometimes we need to do the things that scare us. Just sometimes, I think oftentimes. So take a moment to really sit with the question around what kind of fear is coming up. Was there some failure in the past that you still need to work through? Maybe was there some disappointment or just sheer fear of not knowing what that path would look like for you? Again, all of those feelings are welcome and all of these feelings are absolutely normal. When I started to envision my own dream life, I was scared and it was really uncomfortable to think about this is possible and I can make this happen because I am the only person that stands in the way of my own life. So when you start this journey, when you start this beautiful process, trust that you might not have all the answers right at the beginning. Trust that it is just one step after another that will bring you to the right answers. I don't think that I have all the answers yet in my life, but I trust that I'm on the right path to get there. Trust and enjoy the process. Life is beautiful. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below what came up for you during this exercise. And I want you to hold yourself accountable to really doing that. So I'm excited to read your answers and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take good care of yourself and see you soon.